It's bank holiday weekend, so let's get cracking. Let's start with the first wine, which is a Godello from Monterrey, Galicia in Spain. So for those who don't know, Galicia we're talking the northwest corner, so just above Portugal, a lovely region which is very well known for its white wines, unlike say the center of Spain where it gets very, very hot, and you're looking at more robust reds. Here we're looking at more white wines, fresh, zingy, very easy drinking. It's made by Bodegas, who kind of started in the mid-90s, sort of at the same time when the Godello grape was being kind of brought back in. They're very well known for their Albariños, but this, as I say, this Godello is superb value. Andaina means it means a long walk in the wild. I'll show you the bottom. Yeah, it means a long walk in the wild. It's a traditional sort of Galician thing to do, and the label was and the cuvee was selected by our buying team. So let's get on and taste, because I'm sort of salivating looking at it. So on the nose, lots of citrus, really fresh, zippy, lots of blossom and elderflower, honeysuckle, very, very fresh smelling. On the palate, delicious, crisp, fresh. Godello tends to be slightly fuller bodied, slightly more fuller bodied, but it's got that lovely persistence. And in terms of a food and wine match, I would certainly say Pulpo alla Galupa, which it's a local variety. It's local delicacy, which is it's octopus with a bit of paprika, a bit of olive oil, a bit of salt. That's what they kind of eat over there. So we will then move on. The next one we have is the Elephant Hill Chardonnay, and that is from Hawke's Bay in New Zealand. Now, Hawke's Bay is the south of the North Island, the southeast of the North Island, and it sort of surrounds Napier. If anyone's been there, lovely Art Deco town. Hawke's Bay is particularly well known for Chardonnay and Syrah. They seem to be the two varietals that really are taking off in the region. Elephant Hill itself is a winery that started off in 2003. This was following a trip from a German businessman called Roger Weiss, who he went out there actually to New Zealand to buy a car, or to get a car fixed up, an old Jaguar, to get fixed up with some modern mod cons. And while he was there, just fell in love with the region, fell in love with the area, and decided to buy a property. So going on to taste the wine, we've got a beautiful freshness, lovely flinty, that sort of oxidative characteristic which I love from these wines. Steve Skinner is a big white Burgundy fan, so not that he tries to emulate Burgundy, but he loves to sort of take his influences from Burgundy. So it's a wine that sees about 25% new oak, but everything is fermented in barrel with wild yeasts, and it then stays on its lees and in barrel for about 11 months. So just enough wood to kind of round it off. It's not trying to overpower the freshness, the zippiness of the wine as well. If those of you know, there's no malolactic fermentation, which is when it can get really creamy and fat. There's none of that. It's more about those fresh zippy flavors. On the palate, it's as you expect. It's got, as I say, that lovely acidity, but also some sort of mandarin flavors. There's a bit of nuttiness. It's a beautiful wine for the price, and I'd highly recommend you get hold of some. Certainly, if you're a big Burgundy fan, it's absolutely a wine that you should be purchasing. we'll move on to the reds. The red, which is the Bodegas Zugaber Pelethos Rioja Reserva 2013. Bodegas Zugaber was created in 1987 by a husband and wife. They have gone on now and now have 10 hectares. And the vineyards are all pretty high up. So we're looking at sort of 600 meters high. So you can imagine that height, just in the hot summer days, that height just helps with the freshness, helps keep the grapes cool, certainly at night, so that it keeps that lovely freshness. Let's go to taste. So lots of beautiful, sort of a mixture of red and black fruits really on the nose. Some lovely leathery Christmas spice on there as well. On the palate, as I was saying, there's that freshness of fruit. It's not overly ripe. It's fresh. It's got a nice little bit of it's got the 18 months of barrel, but it doesn't seem too obvious that it's just rounded. Rounds out the palate very nicely. It's a beautiful, very easy drinking wine. Very timely to have this offer because obviously spring lamb, Easter weekend. Got an absolute treat with it. So yeah, there are 3 wines. I'm sure there's probably quite a few questions. So do shout out if you have any questions